I'm Natalie and I'm a maternity support worker in Corby Community, and I'm going to be speaking to you about safe sleep. So we follow the recommendations by the Lullaby Trust, which has all the latest guidelines about how to put your baby down safely to sleep, whether this is at night time or in the daytime. So we recommend that baby is close to you for the first 6 months, whether that's in your bedroom, next to your bed in either a Moses basket or in next to your crib. And when you're downstairs in the living room, that you keep baby nice and close to you also. This promotes bonding and it keeps baby nice and close so you can see what they're doing when they're sleeping. So the temperature in the house needs to be around 16 to 20 degrees. If it's much hotter than that, with the summer months coming, then feel free to open your window, but just don't place baby under a window in a direct draft. The same as if you're having heating on, don't place baby near the radiator in any kind of direct heat source. And when you are placing baby into your Moses baskets, we always recommend that baby is in a position where baby is sleeping on the back, in a feet to foot position. So the feet are touching the bottom of the Moses basket so that baby doesn't slip down and go underneath the blankets once baby is sleeping. Never place baby on the front or the side because this is a suffocation risk. The best blankets to use in the house with baby are cellular blankets, which are wholey blankets, or thin knitted ones. And bear in mind, if you fold it over, that creates 2 layers of blankets as well. Cellular ones are very, very good because baby won't overheat with them. But when you're out and about, then you can use the thick fleecy blankets if the temperature is quite cool outside. You can also use thicker blankets for your car seats because we don't recommend that you use padded jackets or thick snowsuits for car seats because baby can get too hot, and if the puffiness decreases, if you was in a car accident, then it makes the straps too loose and baby can come through them. So just normal baby grows and best, and then a thicker blanket on baby in a car seat. So this is the optimal position for baby. So when you are placing the blanket across baby, cross the nipple lines and tuck it in so it's nice and secure, so you've got no loose bedding coming up over baby's heads. We don't recommend that you use these inserts because they're very duvet-like and they're too thick for baby. We also don't recommend any pillows or any sleep positioners around baby's head, and that includes things like sleepy heads and the baby move it and things that position baby. We do understand that a lot of new parents will buy these sleep position aids, and we recommend that you read up on the latest guidance and that you use them under supervision only, so that's when you're wide awake and you're watching baby in them. For sleeping aids, this is the safest way. So no teddy bears around baby's head and nothing that can potentially fall onto baby. If you have any pets in the house, we don't recommend that you leave them in the room alone with baby. So that's not just for night time. So if you have cats that sleep in the bedroom, make sure that they are put away safely with your door closed. But also in the daytime, if you were to pop to the kitchen, make sure that you don't leave them alone unattended because cats can sometimes try and jump in there with baby. If you are a smoker, we do recommend that you try and reduce your smoking as much as possible during your pregnancy, and that you start as soon as possible not smoking in the house, so that you always smoke outside, so it takes away the smell inside your house. And once baby's there, if you are a smoker, don't co-sleep with baby. So don't have baby in bed with you because you'll have high levels on your breath when you're deep sleeping. Ideally, if you cannot hold baby for about 30 minutes after a cigarette, and make sure that you remove any outer clothing and that you're washing your hands as well to remove any that's on your body and your clothes. When it comes to co-sleeping, a lot of parents find it very helpful to have baby in bed with them, especially if they're breastfeeding. We don't recommend that you do this if either of you do smoke, or if you take any medication or any drugs, or drink any alcohol. You can do it safely where you have baby next to you, but with no duvets and no pillows around baby's head. But this is the position you should try your best not to do, and that's falling asleep with baby in the prone position on your chest. So try not to do that if you can. All of this information is all on the Lullaby Trust website, so you can get more information on there. When we do our classes, we hand out this leaflet so that you can spot the signs and the risks of poor safe sleep. So have a little look at this. So we've got this baby's wearing a hat, so we don't recommend that you wear a hat in the house. And also the cot bumpers next to the radiator. You also need to be careful when you're positioning, if you're positioning near a window, if it's got any of the strings loose on the blinds, because that can be a risk to baby when they start moving around in the cot. Also the rug, a trip hazard when you're walking through if you've got baby in your arms, and climbing hazards with the switches and the lamps and things on there that baby could then climb onto there as baby gets older from the corner of the cot. Baby is also laying on the side, so as we mentioned earlier, baby should always be on the back, and there's a lot of big loose bedding in here. Baby's on the pillow and too high up in the cot as well, so baby could potentially move down and go underneath those pillows. The good thing about this is the toys are out of the cot, they're not in there with baby, so that's good. I'd also like to mention car seats, so we do recommend that you only use car seats for car journeys only, not for shopping for long periods or for baby sleeping in the house. And the reason for that is because of the incline on them. Babies tend to get too snuggled and their little heads will flop onto their chest and cause a little kink in the windpipe. So the best way is baby to be laying either flat or being held by yourselves in your arms. So really for under 6 weeks, try and limit car journeys to about half an hour, then just check on baby. After 6 weeks, your car journeys are no longer than 2 hours to get baby out and to let baby have a little bit of a stretch out as well. If you're sitting in the back with a newborn baby, you could continue your journey a little bit longer than the half an hour, as long as you're ensuring that the chin's in a nice stable position and not flopped onto the chest. Same for bouncy chairs as well, so for minimal use as a newborn baby, so just really for when baby's wide awake and looking around for no longer than half an hour, and not for sleeping in for long periods of time as well.